So, I'm Santana Roybal-Benson, and here's my Capstone video project. And for the prompt, I chose prompt 1, which was Christianity, happiness, and the meaning of life. What is eudaimonism? Eudaimonia means flourishing blessedness or true happiness. Christian eudaimonism is defined by a life lived in relationship with God through Christ, shaped by his teachings and example. And I took a quote from Pennington, which said, "Jesus is not only a savior, but also a philosopher, offering a comprehensive vision of the good life," which was on page 15. On this slide, I had the Christian view of happiness. So the Christian view of happiness says that happiness is achieved through having a close-knit relationship with God, and every single aspect of our life must reflect the godliness in order for us to obtain true happiness. And I pulled another quote from the text from Pennington on page 45 that said, "The Christian approach is deeply holistic, including the whole person, body, emotions, reason, and spirit." And yeah. So for the ancient philosophy, I chose Stoicism because we talked about it extensively in class. So Stoicism, it explains that happiness comes from righteousness and letting go of our emotions. It's similar to Christianity because it's focused on your inner self and not your outer image. But it does contrast Christianity's idea of emotions and passion, because practicing Stoicism requires you to let go of emotions, passion, and Christianity wants you to focus on your emotions and passion for good and glorifying God. For my modern philosophy, I chose hedonism. And hedonism is described by minimizing pain and discomfort while maximizing pleasure to achieve happiness. I really dislike this philosophy. I think I totally disagree with it. Hedonism may achieve happiness in the short term, but in the long term, as soon as your pleasure wears off, there's no fulfillment. I pulled another quote from the text from Pennington. It says, "Happiness is not a fleeting emotion, but a stable state of being rooted in God's love." And this was on page 62. Christianity contrasts hedonism because it is deeply rooted in living a fulfilling life that honors God, whereas hedonism is all about self-pleasure. Christianity as philosophy. Christianity is what I practice and what Bethel University practices. Jesus is portrayed as a divine teacher, instructing the disciples on how to live a righteous life, fulfilling an honorable life. He is the perfect role model for them so that they may be role models for us as the religion spreads. Happiness, meaning, and belonging are all available to his faithful by worshiping, and we have a community around us that all relate to the same thing. So when we go to church, when we go to chapel, when we go anywhere, there are always people talking about Jesus and how, we do not create happiness, but we find happiness in God and our faith in him. Happy Easter, by the way. I'm recording this on Easter. Which philosophy do I prefer? I prefer Christian eudaimonism, and I prefer it because it gives life a deep meaning through love, purpose, and connection with God, and it also offers real hope in both good times and hard times, not just temporary happiness like we see in hedonism and only living for pleasure. It allows us to feel our emotions and use them for good purposes, unlike Stoicism, which suppresses our emotions and instructs us to let go of them. I personally do not see any weaknesses within Christian eudaimonism, which is why I practice Christianity and why a majority of the people on earth also practice Christianity, which you can see on my pie chart over here. So, in conclusion, I think Pennington is right to show us that Jesus isn't just a religious figure, he's a divine teacher. He teaches us how to live a good, meaningful life. The Christian view of happiness is special because it's not just about feeling good or being strong, but about being in a loving relationship with God, growing in character, and having hope that goes beyond life. It brings together our emotions, actions, and purpose in a way that lasts, and that's why I believe it offers the best answer to what it means to truly live well and happiness. Thank you.